This is Modern Gaming Culture. This series will attempt to highlight the phenomenon of PC, console, and mobile gaming and bring to light all of its phenomenal aspects. Let's take a dive together into the world of modern gaming and take apart its structure. Now, here's your host, Rotimi Osagi. All right, this is Modern Gaming Culture. This is episode 15. Modern Gaming Culture. This episode, I want to close out this little mini series I've been doing on my League of Legends workflow, just League of Legends workflow in general, and just sort of wrap it up by giving sort of a sort of overview, right, of kind of where League of Legends is at, you know, and sort of provide my analysis on um, North American gaming in general, right? So um, overall, you know, um, since coming back to playing League of Legends, right? I think I mentioned that I took a break from playing League of Legends for about 10 months. Um, you know, I'm very impressed with sort of kind of how League of Legends has sort of put together this iteration of their game. Um, you know, I feel like League of Legends sometimes can feel very rushed, right? Um, and so, you know, I think that's kind of why they have two servers, for example, right? I think you can apply for it now, but before it would just be an invitation that they would give you to access the PBE server, which I think stands for Public Beta Environment. It's just where they put stuff. I think like the most noteworthy thing they put on that really moved on to live, because largely they put a lot of stuff on PBE and it never gets to live. But I think the most noteworthy thing was one day gave Wukong the ability to jump over walls with his W. That was pretty noteworthy. And I know public PBE was pretty popping when they put that on the PBE server. But generally, they just kind of test stuff and they let people play it on that server. Um, and yeah, but the thing about League of Legends, why they've been able to capture, pretty much, the North American gaming scene in general is largely because they kind of just well, they targeted an audience. That's number one, right? They targeted millennials and Gen Zs, right? Um, and they made it a free to play game um, for the PC, right? And so when you have such a large swath of people, right, who are purchasing, very powerful workstations, right? You know, um, it's very easy to really attract people to your game with just, um, word of mouth, right? Which really converges into kind of, a subculture, right? Whether it be people who watch pro League of Legends, or people who, are just kind of very charismatic people, um, and will basically, try to make content with the game, right? Which will then attract people who are interested in watching those people's content, which will then attract people to, install the game, right? Um, they've basically been able to capitalize on this sort of gray area, right? Where there's not really a lot going on, right? Again, um, there's not. particularly an episode about gaming in general, just particularly about League of Legends. So I really want to keep that as the focus. Um, but overall, right, that's kind of how League of Legends has been able to really capture the North American gaming scene, right? Um, and so, the thing about League of Legends is that it's a game that you should definitely continue to follow, right? Because of how, especially if you're in North America, particularly, right? It's a game that you should continue to follow, right? Um, but you need to really understand kind of, what's going on the server, right? More than you need to really, um, socialize with, the League of Legends community, so to speak, right? Um, so this is gonna be a short episode. I think I'm just gonna leave it there. Um, and yeah, this has just been pretty much just a sort of, you know, overview of sort of how I feel about League of Legends right now. Um, so hope you enjoyed it. Right. If you want to just watch the series over, right? I think I started episode 11. I'm pretty sure. Um, so you can start from there. And this has been Modern Gamer Culture. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you.